All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of our wonderful podcast here with my man Jeff. How we doing, Jeffrey?
What's going on, boys? How we doing?
Doing all right, doing all right. So we have a little bit of a light load today. Um, Shorter episode. Listen, guys, we're adults. We get busy, okay? We don't always have long ass episodes for you, but we're not gonna miss a day, okay? Even if it's not an hour and a half long, we're still here uploading every single Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. Mine, Jeff's is in the description. Smash the like button down below. And we're just going to go ahead and I guess jump right into this, man. So, as always, we always start off with some of the free agency signings. Nothing too crazy this week. Well, actually, that's not true because the Browns signed Jadeveon Clowney. I forgot that wasn't part of last week's. So we got Jadeveon Clowney. We talked about that last week, but he was just meeting with them. And they finally signed him. You know, it's been 2 years in the making. I find it kind of funny that Jadeveon Clowney, the Browns offered him like 3 years, like 50 million
Yeah,
or something like that last year, and he turned it down. Now he's ended up with 1 year 10, and that 10 is definitely, they don't have the details out yet, but it's not 10. It's probably like 4 with some incentives, to be honest with you. So big L, but he played like crap last season, so he deserves it. Hopefully, join the Browns playoff team with a outstanding edge rusher and Myles Garrett takes some of the pressure off of him, and he can just play well because he is good.
just lazy.
Yeah,
That's all.
lazy boy
The thing
furniture.
that makes it funny for me about Jadeveon Clowney is that in order to pay him, they had to cut Sheldon Richardson, I believe. So it's like you're just taking an outside edge over inside lineman. So I just thought that was interesting for the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, he's just better. He's way better for sure. And then, unfortunately for me, the Falcons brought in Cordero Patterson. That's about the only thing they've done this offseason. But it's a good move. They have weapons on weapons now on offense, especially if they draft like Kyle Pitts. So your defense is butt cheeks, but the Falcons are going to score a lot of points this year, especially with a better coach.
Here's what I think about that signing right there. I feel like this is going to be the move, and assuming they get Kyle Pitts from the draft, this might be the move that kind of puts Matt Ryan on like the hot seat. They're probably gonna they might get like a quarterback just to like give him some competition. But Matt Ryan, he's been that quarterback over there for years and years, and he hasn't had any competition to for him to do better. I mean, he's been solid, but I feel like he's been kind of lacking lately. So maybe giving him all these weapons from the draft and then maybe drafting a quarterback, I don't know. It might be one of those things where it's like, all right, we're giving you all these weapons. I mean, what are you going to do with them? And then if not, we have somebody replace you. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are quarterbacks available at number 4, so we're not 100% sure if they're going to draft Cobb, but they might just go with, I don't know who's going to be there. Trey Lance, anybody just to have, like you said, a fallback plan because not every year is going to have a quarterback class like this. And I think that's why the 49ers traded up and teams are being more aggressive because there's good quarterbacks in this one. You don't always have, sometimes you have one really good quarterback at number 1 and then garbage the rest of the draft. So when you have good quarterbacks all throughout the first round, you might want to take one now instead of waiting until next year when you don't know what's going to happen with Matt Ryan. And
Yeah.
if the Falcons have a really trash season, I mean, let's be honest, you got to at some point pull the plug on this Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and let them go win games. Like, you can't just continue. Julio Jones loves Atlanta, but like, God damn it, he wants to win a Super Bowl too. You can't just have him sit there and play for a 4-win team every
Yeah.
year just because he likes the team. So at some point, do you just blow it up? We'll find out. But this team right now in offense is really good.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, because you see other people leaving, like half of these people went to the Cowboys, and then probably some of the people are in Atlanta are probably looking around like, well, maybe it's my time to leave too. So it's just like it's one of those things where it's like if you don't start winning, people are going to want out. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. Their defense is just really rough. If Jameis Winston's going to have a good game, it's going to be against the Falcons. Let's be real.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, if Taysom Hill can do it, Winston can definitely do it. That's for sure.
Yeah. So then we had earlier this offseason, we talked about Allison Smith getting cut by the Cowboys or waived or whatever the situation was. And he signed a 1 year deal with Seattle. And like 2 days later, he's now arrested or wanted for battery or whatever. So Alden Smith, congratulations on your 1 year comeback with the Dallas Cowboys. But
Destroyed it.
I mean, just
He threw it
goddamn it, dude!
away.
Like, why do players do this? Why? I know NFL players have histories with violence and brain issues and things like that, but it just makes me sad. It really does.
I don't understand.
He's
I
so
don't understand.
good.
Like, why do
He's such a
people
good.
throw like this? Could be a thing that can give you millions and millions. It can give you a legacy. It can get. I just don't understand why people throw this away to go do things with crime and drugs and stuff like that. That's just like
Yeah.
such a impulsive. I just don't understand the decision making in that one. I really don't. Like, I get people like want to YOLO and live in the now, and I only live once, and I get that. I get that thinking, but it's just like, okay, you might be happy now, but what about the legacy you're trying to leave? What about the money? You could this the being an NFL player gives you generational wealth. It's not just for you. This could be money for your kids, your grandkids, I'm just saying like it's such it's a selfish move. I don't know. I don't know. Alden Smith, I hope you get your stuff together. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Why did he? Remind me again why he was out of the NFL for a couple years after playing in San Francisco. Was it the same thing or was he
I
hurt?
don't know specifically. I mean, I can look it up, but I feel like it's
I
along the
can't
same
remember.
lines as what just happened to him. Um,
I thought so too, but I'm not 100%
yeah, I
sure.
don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can look it up while we're talking about the next one.
Yeah. So last week we talked about James Conner getting signed by the Cardinals, and they put out his contract details today. It's just $1.75 million, which is low. But we talked about earlier with James White, like running back contracts don't seem to be what they used to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, James Conner went through a lot. I just don't know if he's the same guy anymore. Like, it looks like he was the guy when Le'Veon Bell left the Steelers. So it's just a matter of can he be that guy for this new team? I don't know. It remains to be seen because I mean he's had some injuries, right? I don't remember if he was injured last year or the year before at this point, but
He was.
yeah,
He
some of
was,
these
yeah.
guys can't come back from injury, and that's just I don't know. It's just I guess it's one of those things for James Conner, like, hey, can you do it again? Can you be that guy or not? I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah. I pull for him, though. He was, coming back from cancer and whatnot to play in the NFL. So I hope he does well.
So real quick before we move on to the next
Um,
one, Alden Smith. So this guy has had an array of issues. He's got a
oh boy.
DUIs, crashing into trucks, into trees. He's turned himself on 3 felony counts of possessing illegal assault weapons. He's
Oh my God.
suspicious of making false bomb threats. He got arrested for a hit and run DUI vandalism charges in 2015. He's had a lot of substance abuse problems. He's just a troubled young man, to say the least. There's a lot of stuff that happened, mostly with us, substance abuse, DUIs, hit and runs, assault weapons, stuff like that. So that's Alden Smith.
That's unfortunate. All right, yeah. So, yeah, Alden Smith is struggling, bro. Alden Smith, get it together, bro, please. Because you're a good NFL player. It's just a shame to watch your career go in the garbage because of your actions, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy
Um,
because even with everything that I just said, he holds an NFL sack record. Like, he recorded
yeah.
33 and a half sacks in 2011 and 2012. It was the NFL record for most sacks in 2 seasons of a career. So everything that I just said, he's really good at the game. Okay, he just get your stuff together. That's all.
The the Raiders signed Rasul Douglas uh, today or yesterday. I don't know if do you care about this? Because I
Not
don't.
really. I mean, I just wanted to throw it in there because the Raiders have been kind of quiet. I mean, they lost a lot of guys on the offensive line. I
Yeah.
know they did stuff with their receiving core, but I mean, cool. I don't know. I just want to throw it in there just because Raiders been pretty quiet. It's just anytime there's like any like thing that pops up in a free agency, I feel like we should just throw it in here. That way we're representing all the teams as much as possible. And yeah, I mean the next one's
Yeah.
pretty significant, I guess. The Bears signed 49ers Marquise Goodwin. So I mean the Bears, I mean
Look at the
I guess
Bears.
that's the replacement
They did
for
something.
I think Anthony Miller. Someone retired recently. I don't know if it was Anthony Miller.
It was Gabriel.
Gabriel. Right,
Taylor
right, right.
Gabriel.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Good for the Bears. I mean, that's still not going to help you win games, but I mean,
Yeah. So you signed Marquise Goodwin, good for you, but you lost Taylor Gabriel and one of the top kick returners of all time. So good job.
Fat L.
L's.
Um,
Okay, so we have some COVID information, everybody's favorite in 2021. Still talking about this is crazy to me. Um, the NFL informed clubs that any employees that refuse a COVID vaccination without like a legitimate medical or religious reason will be barred from tier 1 or tier 2 status, which just those tiers mean that you can basically do whatever you want within the stadium. And I don't even think you have to be masked if you're in tier 1 or tier 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I think if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need a mask anymore. But basically, they have restricted access and they can't work with the players directly because they're not vaccinated. So it's, get your damn vaccine, man, unless it's religious. I understand. Trust me, I get it. Okay. But, or medical too, because obviously you don't want to get more sick than you already are. But if you're not sick and you don't have a religious reason, just get the vaccine, bro. Come on. Let's get this over with already, for God's sake. If they're tracking you with a microchip, so what? You have a cell phone. Who cares?
They could track you before the microchip was even put into yourself.
They're tracking you right now. They know where you are right the hell now. So what does it matter?
You can't tell me you don't have an Amazon Alexa or a Google or iPhone Siri right in your house, probably right next to you, and they're listening to everything you say anyway. So just get the shit. If they really wanted you, they would have got you already.
The whole government sheep thing just fucking drives me insane. Like, we're not sheep. I just want to get the vaccine. Like, why is that such a problem for you? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Anyways, but yeah, so that's interesting that they're doing, because I think I don't know how the NFL is running this. The NBA is running it where if the players, they're encouraging players to get vaccinated, and there's like perks to getting vaccinated. One of which is you don't have to wear a mask no more, for any reason. So like for me, I don't know about y'all at home. I'm so tired. I'm not used to the mask still. After all this time, I forget to wear it. I leave it in the car. Have to go back to my goddamn car. I forget it in the house. Have to wear a dirty one in the car. Like, it's pissing me off. That's why I'm getting the vaccination. I'll still wear a mask, like in a big mask setting, just because it's for like the comfort of people around me and stuff. But I want to stop having to worry about it for me, at least for this year. If it's like a yearly booster shot you have to get, that's gonna kind of suck a little bit. But like,
the same as anything else related.
This year, with it being exactly. But it's like for this year, do I want to get the COVID shot every single year? No, I don't get the flu shot every single year either. I've actually never gotten the flu shot. But why am I getting the vaccine for COVID? Because I want this to stop, bro. The restrictions, the masks, all that stuff. Like, if once we hit herd immunity, it all goes away, guys. COVID doesn't go away, but the bullshit goes away. Just participate, just one time. Just get the vaccine once. That's all I'm saying. Anyways,
doesn't hurt.
Good for the NFL trying to help these players get away from having to do virtual fucking practice and whatnot. Yeah. So annoying.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin. When did he? 15 seasons. I was just going to say, when did he start there? Damn, Mike Tomlin.
So he got extended for 3 more years? Is that what I'm reading right here? That's wild. Yeah,
because it was about to expire. Yeah.
So, I see. Like, I'm partial to the Steelers. Like, I just, they're my rivals. I don't want them to do anything good. But I mean, I guess there's some comfort in that for the Steelers fans because like that's been your head coach for how many years, and keeping the band together as much as possible. Keep Tomlin, keep Big Ben, keep the guys that are known to do well. And I mean,
they're still trying to win a Super Bowl, so you can't get rid of your coach. That makes no sense.
I don't think it's his fault. I just the only thing that I've said about Mike Tomlin recently, as of late, is that I feel like he's losing the locker room. Like these guys are just going out there and just kind of they're just doing like TikTok shit and they're doing dumb shit out there and they're just making a fool of the Steelers franchise. Like you got Claypool saying, "Oh well, they're gonna get clapped next week anyway." Same old Browns, and then all this stuff. Like I feel like Mike Tomlin has to keep a better control over these young guys because not only are you creating all this unnecessary attention to your team because like over here they're trying to stomp your logo and all this other stuff, like all of that unnecessary stuff it starts with the coach. The coach just needs to discipline his guys a little bit better. That's the only thing that I've ever said about Mike Tomlin recently. But in general, I think, he's been great. He's always given the Ravens a run for their money. He has a great win-loss record. That's the only thing. I don't know if it's a coach problem truly, like maybe he is doing all these things and the players are still ignoring him. I don't know, but that's the only thing I've ever said recently about Tomlin. That's all.
Bro, the Steelers don't change their head coach until they die or retire. Like, they've had 1969, they've had only 3 different head coaches. Are you kidding me?
It's wild. A lot of success.
Like, Mike Tomlin's the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach until he actually retires from the NFL. Like, that's just how they go. Because if I'm not mistaken, was it Cowher before him?
Bill? It might have been. It might have been.
He was the one right before, and then he retired. So that he didn't get fired, did he?
I don't think so.
He just retired.
That was before when I started watching.
That's what I'm saying.
Honest,
so like,
but I think he retired.
Yeah, the Steelers don't fire nobody, bro. Steelers, if you're the head coach of the Steelers, you are not getting fired.
Is secure.
So take that job ASAP when it's available. So Alex Smith decided to retire. He had contract discussions with Jacksonville, but decided that this was the time to go ahead and hang the cleats up. And it's a bummer, man. That comeback is one of the most legendary things in the history of sports.
Name the award after him, please.
Yes, they have to. And they can, either him or, because Eric Berry came back from cancer too. They could name it like the Smith Berry Award, like Smith-Berry Award. But anyways, yeah, dude. I mean, it's a shame. It would have been excellent for Trevor Lawrence if Alex Smith was on Jacksonville.
That would be a really good mentor for real for Lawrence.
Exactly, but he went through all that work, and his only desire was, I got to get back on the field. He did that, and he feels like he accomplished. Like, when you get an injury like that and you almost die and you're told that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you just want to prove to yourself, yes, I can. And then once you do that, there's no reason to put yourself at risk anymore. But you almost died. Like, you don't want to play. Like, the fact that he even wanted to play football anymore is crazy. So
it just shows you the motivation.
He led them to the playoffs. Bro. Like, no matter what you say, like, people talked about his stats last year, and yeah, they weren't that good. Okay, whatever. But Washington was like 0-4 or something like that with Dwayne Haskins, and then Alex Smith came in, and yes, the division was bad, but still did what he needed to do to make the playoffs. He got that team. He woke them up. The leadership, and that's why it would have been huge to have him in Jacksonville. But like I said, he's got kids, he's got a wife, and he accomplished his goal. But I understand not wanting to risk any further damages for sure.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to talk about Alex Smith for a little bit here, just because I've heard a lot of talk over the past few years, especially last year with his injuries and the year before that even, about how he's not good, and why is he even trying to come back at all, and just don't waste your time coming back, like you're trash, you're garbage, da-da-da-da-da. I just want to take this part of the podcast to kind of just show you guys and open your guys up, because, I mean, he's been a quarterback for a while now, okay? He's been through a couple of teams. He didn't start in Washington football team, for those of you that are just new to watching football, and maybe the casual guys that just kind of watch football just, every now and then. Guys, Alex Smith is a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be Hall of Fame worthy or anything like that, but I do think he deserves some respect. I mean, he was a 3-time Pro Bowler, comeback player of the year for 2020, and most of these stats that I'm about to tell you are because he was one of the best people to ever play at a quarterback level, and he was a number 1 overall pick. Okay, so before I go into all that, he was one of the players to throw for 35,000 yards and rush for 2,500 yards in NFL history, top 5. And that is among the likes of John Elway, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know this guy, but I'm going to say his name, Fran Tarkenton, Donovan McNabb, and Alex Smith. Okay, so he's in a pool of guys that are well established, and they're just really good guys. And then here comes of all of the stats that he has for just being a good number 1 overall pick. So he's in top 10 of passing touchdowns. We're talking about guys like Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, John Elway, Carson Palmer, Vinny Testaverde, Matthew Stafford, Drew Bledsoe, Terry Bradshaw, and then Alex Smith is number 9, and they got Cam Newton. So all these guys were number 1 overall picks and passing touchdowns. He threw 199. So I'm just telling you guys, that's just one stat. He's top 5 for completions. He's top 10 for passing yards. He's top 5 for completion percentage. He's top 10 for passer rating. All of those ratings are just because he's a number 1 overall pick. Just ranking him out of all those guys that have been picked number 1 overall. So
just because you're a game manager doesn't mean you're trash, bro. Like there's like this stigma around being a game managing quarterback where you're just like not good. But first of all, when he was in San Francisco, he wasn't a goddamn game manager. No. Okay. He was good for the 49ers. Those years they went to the playoffs. He was good. They beat the Saints. He outdueled Drew Brees. He hung 50 on him, I think. I think it was like 50 to 40. He went off against the Saints in the playoffs. Then the next year, I want to say that team was undefeated. I'm not 100% sure. My memory serves me correct or not. Before he got hurt and Kaepernick came in. But they were goddamn good, okay? They had like the best defense. When you have the best defense in the NFL, you don't have to be Tom Brady, bro. You just got to win the game. And Alex Smith knew how to win games. And they went to Kansas City, and guess what they did? They won games. Now, that team wasn't as good back then. They kind of fumbled the bag towards the end of the season those years. But, Alex Smith is good. And then, Patrick Mahomes even credits Alex Smith. So, stop, bro. Game managing is fine. If you have a good defense, that's all you're supposed to do is manage the game.
And speaking of postseason success, I mean, Alex Smith, this is NFL history, guys, not just for number 1 overall picks. NFL history. He has the number 7 overall passer rating in the postseason. So we're talking about guys like Kurt Warner, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Nick Foles, Drew Brees, Joe Montana, Russell Wilson.
Fucking Nick Foles.
97.4 passer rating in the postseason, Alex Smith. Man's not trash.
I'm sorry. I can't believe Nick Foles is on there. That's so funny.
I mean, hey.
Nick Foles is a legend, man. But yeah, dude, I mean, Alex Smith, great career. It's a shame all the injuries that he had. Because, I mean, you know what's funny, man? Alex Smith injuries made careers for people, if that makes sense. Like, he got injured for the 49ers, and Colin Kaepernick became like a Super Bowl, almost Super Bowl MVP. He gave your Ravens all they could handle in that fucking game. You had like one of the best defenses in the NFL. I mean, that laser in the end zone was like a centimeter off. Yeah. I know Jeff was shitting his pants.
I did, bro. I was like, I'm so glad this blackout is happening right now because we're going to lose this Super Bowl without it.
Yeah.
Crazy ass Super Bowl.
Yeah, Kaepernick was nasty that year. And then he got hurt with the Chiefs, right?
He did.
Or is that...
I don't know what body part or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, and then the next season is when Mahomes came in as the starter, and it's just like, it can't be a coincidence that guys that learned from Alex Smith were good.
Exactly.
Especially Kaepernick, because like he wasn't that guy like coming out of college or whatever. Like, everybody saw Mahomes and was like, oh my God, bro, he can really sling that rock. But Kaepernick was just like a tall, fast guy. Probably, I would imagine teams didn't even want him to be quarterback. He was probably one of those guys that were like, yo, come play wide receiver or something. And he learned from Alex Smith and almost won a goddamn Super Bowl and then got blacklisted, but whatever. We're not going to talk about that.
That's a whole other podcast.
Oh, my God.
And real quick, just even recently, I mean, look at Taylor Heineke. I mean, I feel like he's learned something from Alex Smith. I mean, I know Dwayne Haskins didn't listen to a damn thing that anybody said to him. He was like, oh, look at my completion percentage in this game, even though I lost. Like, no, whatever, you stay over there. But I feel like Taylor Heineke might have been one of the guys that actually listened to Alex Smith in practice. Probably
because he had some off the field stuff too in his career. He's not like a rookie, guys. He's like 28. He's been in the league for a minute, in and out.
So I'm the same.
And all of a sudden he comes in against the Buccaneers in the playoffs and throws for like 300 yards. Are you serious? It's not a coincidence, bro.
So yeah, Alex Smith. He's gonna have a good resume for sure.
I think so. You know what he could do, man? He could be on TV. Not like a booth analyst, but he could be one of those like pregame guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely been in the game for
or
a
something,
very
or like
long
on the
time
radio
and
or
knows what
something.
he's talking about. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that.
But enjoy your vacations, bro. We have the Bengals released their new uniforms finally, bro. It took them a long. Honestly, like with all the leaks that came out, y'all couldn't just bump up the reveal. Like it was so annoying watching all these leaks
Mixed in
come
with
out.
the
And of course, I got
eyes.
Bengals fans.
Yeah,
Yes, dude. And it's just like, oh my god. But
they're pretty fire.
there's some fire. There's some combinations that aren't so fire, but like the black on black with the orange stripes is
Yeah.
disgusting. That's one of the sexiest uniforms in the entire NFL. The all white, basically the same thing as their color rush has been for the last couple of years. I love that jersey. The orange with the black pants is nice. I don't like it with the white pants. I don't like, outside of the white jersey, I don't like the white pants
Yeah,
on
me
any of the
neither.
jerseys. Get the white pants out of here.
I just like black
But,
on color for some
Something
reason.
about orange and white. Yeah, something about orange and white just doesn't do it for me. Doesn't get me torqued, you know? But that black and on black is like, man, if I ever if I ever have some money laying around, I'm going to have to get me a black Joe Burrow or something because
That's disgusting.
that shit looks
Yeah.
clean. Yeah. If y'all want to fan mail me a jersey, black Joe Burrow, please.
Speaking of the jerseys, did you guys see the Chad Ochocinco appearance in that trailer? He came out just to suit up in that new
I
jersey.
did.
I thought that was awesome.
That was sick. And honestly, I want that jersey now that I think about it. Give me that one.
Yeah, for real. You know the sound.
But he should just suit up for the Bengals, to be honest, because they're struggling out there, bro. But anyways, he could be their kicker. He plays FIFA all day long now. Chad Johnson's hilarious on Twitter, by the way. He has this whole trying to prove that McDonald's isn't that bad for you thing. He eats McDonald's like every single day and still has a six pack and shit. It's hilarious.
I mean, it's good carbs.
He
I
eats
guess.
like McDonald's and Krispy Kreme all the time on his Twitter feed. He's just like breakfast of champs. And I mean, good for you, because I
Yeah,
can't
hell
do
no.
that.
I'll be 300 pounds tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. Yeah, my toilet will break too.
God
For
damn.
real. What is this? What's
Aaron
next? Oh yeah.
Donald.
Oh boy. Here we go. Yeah, we gotta talk about this, guys. We gotta talk about this. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop trying to get money from people, man. This is really getting out of hand. Vincent Spriggs was the guy that said Aaron Donald punched him in the face and gave him a black eye. I'm sure you guys saw that on Twitter. He apologized and basically said that he mistook his attacker. My ass, you did. My ass, you did, bro. The video came out.
Yeah, the video came out.
And it just looked like Aaron Donald was at the bar. This guy was getting jumped. And to me, it just seemed like Aaron Donald's in there pushing guys off of this dude. But this guy, Spriggs, because Aaron Donald was there, he thought he could finesse the bag. And I guess forgot that it's 2021 and there's security cameras everywhere. So you look stupid. There's no way you mistook your attacker. If Aaron Donald punches you in the face, you know it was Aaron Donald, bro. Do you know why you know, Jeff?
Because he's big as
Because
hell.
you'll be in heaven looking down on that shit. You'll be in heaven looking down on yourself in the goddamn hospital if Aaron Donald hits you in the face. So
Yeah, if
stop
your
it.
eye-
Stop trying to act.
You're gonna have brain damage. Your brain's gonna come out your eye. Your eye's gonna fall out in your brain. Yeah, dude. Aaron Donald does not play.
Now, I don't know why he got jumped. I'm assuming he said something stupid. That's usually
Yeah.
how it goes. Guys don't just jump you at a bar for no reason. It's not like a gang thing. It was just a bar fight.
What's up with bar
But-
fights lately?
You said something dumb.
Claypool.
I don't know.
Now we got Aaron Donald.
Yeah, well, Claypool kicked the guy in the head. Aaron Donald was trying to be a good guy and got. I bet you Aaron Donald, like, if Aaron Donald's too nice, bro, I would have countersued that guy, bro, for real. Be like, you know what? I'll take your Honda Civic and
Your little apartment.
your little $1,700 a month rent apartment in Idaho, you bum, and I'll take your wife
Oh,
too. Like, oh my God, bro, how do you mistook your attacker for Aaron Donald? Who in that bar was as big as Aaron Donald? Oh my gosh.
And speaking of gold
Nice try,
diggers,
dude.
I mean, Deshaun Watson had, I think, 4 charges dropped from him recently. I think as soon as like the women
Oh, yeah.
told them of their identities, they were just like, yeah. We're lying. I don't know exactly what was said, but I'm just saying they were dropped.
They haven't been. It hasn't been dropped, and they haven't admitted to lying about it. But it was what happened was the Deshaun's lawyer. So here's the thing, guys, in the comment section and stuff. All of us are guilty of this. All of us hear one thing, whatever the first news is. Oh, That's true. And then something else comes out and we're like, oh my God, that's true. They were lying. And then something else comes out and it's like, oh my God, they're lying. That's true. All of us, myself included, we got to step back for a minute and just wait for the facts, bro. Because 1 minute we're like, Deshaun Watson, that's a lie. Then there's 22 cases and we're like, damn, Deshaun Watson, you really that much of an asshole? And now his lawyer speaks out and we don't really even know how much evidence there is behind what he said. But we're just all like, oh my God, he's lying. They're all lying. He's innocent. Do you want to know what I think really is happening here, bro? I think maybe there's one or two. Because basically what the lawyer said was like things along the lines of like they left the massage excited to see him again, and he had like their families. I guess their families were talking about how excited their daughters were to be working on Deshaun Watson and stuff. So obviously you had a good time at your massage, whether it was just a massage or maybe you did do some extracurriculars. You seemed happy about it when you left, though, according to all the people around the place, the security guards, all that stuff. So it's like, maybe Deshaun does have a thing for massage therapists, but I don't think it's assault on all 22 of them. I think maybe one or two of them got uncomfortable.
And then the rest was like, ooh.
Okay, that's maybe like 5 or 6. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, but exactly. And then they jump on it. So like, I'm not saying Deshaun Watson's in the clear for all of this. Not at all. We have to wait and see. But it's just a bad look, bro. It's really a bad look because, first of all, if you are the dumbest. If you're one of the girls and you are lying, okay. I want to preface this by saying what I'm about to say only like goes for if you are one of the women who is lying, okay. If you are lying about this, trying to get a bag, and your ass is unlicensed in the state of Texas, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Like, you, not only are you lying to try to get a bag, but you're breaking the law, stupid. Like, you're the one doing a misdemeanor. You came out here and put your name on it. That's probably why some of the people don't want to give their identities, because like, oh damn, I don't have a license. But
they could get countersued.
If you're lying, they could. It's defamation of character, bro. You can't do that. Like, this is ruining this guy's career. This is ruining. Not only is it ruining his career, but it's also ruining the Texans. Now, some people think the Texans are behind this. I don't. But this is ruining a lot of people's shit right now. And it's just like, it's really frustrating, man, because obviously 22, there's somebody, at least one of these people is lying, okay? Just based on the information that the lawyer gave out, I don't think the lawyer just made all of this up. At least one of these is true. People like that, if you are somebody who lies about sexual assault to either make money or ruin someone's life because they broke up with you or something, or they cheated on you or whatever, if you're one of those people, you're a piece of shit. Because people like you is why mostly men, but sometimes women, are so like unable to believe fully when somebody comes out against people like this. Because you look at social media, we should be in a society where if somebody is accusing someone of assault, we believe them immediately. But we can't, because y'all are lying about it.
It's truth.
It doesn't make, like, why are you doing it? Like, I know I've met so many women in my life that have been sexually assaulted for real. And they're either A, afraid to say something because nothing's going to happen, because it's nothing's going to happen. Or B, they do say something and they're not believed or taken seriously. Why? Because of people like you. So if anybody in this case is lying, I'm sorry, you end up in court.
Think about how this impacts the people that are actually telling the truth about stuff like this. So it's like they're probably telling the truth, bro. And then automatically they just assume that it's not a real thing because of all of these other. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, all these people just lied, and then the one time that it's true, we don't want to believe you anymore. So it's just like,
right, and it's just like, it really, in 2021 with cancel culture, man, it really ruins your life. Look at Johnny Depp. Did Johnny Depp hit Amber Heard in the face? Yes, he did. But there's plenty of like audio tape that you can hear them arguing about, basically him telling her why I'm about to hit you in the face if you don't stop doing this stuff. All the like abuse and stuff that she was giving to him. But because she snitched first, she cried first, his whole career is over. You don't see him in any movies. He can't be Jack Sparrow no more.
Disney totally canceled him for every single role. Even
they canceled him
Tim
forever
Burton movies.
immediately. They didn't wait for no evidence. They were just like, oh shit, he got to go. And it wasn't that she was lying, but she definitely was like tiptoeing around the bush a little bit about what was really going on. And so you guys suck, bro. For anybody that's really been assaulted and is afraid to say something because of people like that, I'm sorry.
And even if they do, they're probably not going to get believed because of people like you or, anybody that could be a liar. It's just gotta stop. It's gotta stop.
Yeah. Like you're that desperate for money, bro.
Go out and get a job.
Now, I also want to point out that by no means are either of us saying that anyone is lying. Okay, his lawyer could be lying. All we're saying is that if someone is lying, you suck.
Yeah. We're not saying like you.
You suck.
Exactly.
None of us. We have no idea what's going on. We all have to wait for the evidence to really and the facts to come out. But like, just speculating if someone's lying, and we don't have any names of anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you're lying, screw you.
Yeah.
Because I've had people very close to me that have been assaulted and got no justice because of people like you. So just saying.
Yeah. Enough said. I think we said enough on that one. So speaking on recoveries from injuries, back to the Alex Smith thing. Chiefs QB Patrick Mahomes said he's ahead of schedule on his recovery from toe surgery. So should be
nice.
back in full-fledged come, the season opener.
Better hope his offensive line plays better.
I mean, I'm still a little puzzled about the offensive line adjustments. But I mean, hey.
Yeah, it depends on the draft. What happens with the draft.
I get why.
I'll wait.
It's crazy to me how Mitchell and Eric Fisher, these guys let all of that stuff happen during the Super Bowl. They're supposed to be top of their class when it comes to linemen.
Were they playing?
No,
those guys were playing.
I
can't remember who was hurt,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can't remember who was hurt.
They still let the guy go.
But yeah, you're right.
He was injured.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they were basically, when they looked at it, they had to look at their cap situation. And it's like, you're too old for this contract, so get out. The Saints had to do the same thing, so I don't blame them for that. When you're in a bad contract situation, Patrick Mahomes is making $800 trillion. You got to make some cuts. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of quarterbacks, man,
Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, people just want to shit on you for everything, bro. I swear to God, haters gonna hate. Trevor Lawrence just said in an interview, basically, like, somebody asked him, like, do you have, I don't know if the question was exactly like, do you have a chip on your shoulder or
when
something?
you get to the NFL, is there anything you want to prove? Anything you want, because you're the presumptive number one overall pick in the draft. So because you have all these pressure and all these expectations out of you, what do you feel like you need to prove? And he comes out and says, quote unquote, I'm out to prove absolutely nothing. That's what he said. And so immediately the social media, because it's out of control these days, they took this statement as if he had no work ethic. He just doesn't have a desire to play football. It's not even his main priority or his passion or anything like that. And it's totally untrue. Trevor Lawrence came out with like a 3-paragraph explanation of how he really truly feels about football. And I'll read it to you guys very briefly. Basically, he says, it seems as if people are misreading my sentiment. I am internally motivated. I love football as much as more than anyone. It is a huge priority in my life, obviously. I am driven to be the best I can be and maximize my potential and to win. I have a lot of confidence in my work ethic. I love to grind and chase my goals. You can ask anybody who's ever been in my life. That being said, I am secure in who I am and what I believe. I do not need football to make me feel worthy as a person. I purely love the game and everything that comes with it. The work, the team, the ups and downs. I am a firm believer in everything that there is a plan for my life, and I'm called to be the best I can be or whatever I am doing. So,
get owned, haters. Get absolutely wrecked.
So with all that said, that's just proof that the media will do anything it takes to get a story out of anybody in the NFL. Yeah. They will blow it out of proportion entirely. And it's sad because Trevor Lawrence is not even in the NFL yet, and he's already trying to get exposed.
He's already getting exposed. Hey, get used to it, buddy. Get used to it. That's crazy though. Like he doesn't have anything to prove. He's talking about himself, guys. Like goddamn, he was just basically saying I have nothing to prove to myself at all. I love football and I believe in who I am as a person. So why the hell do I have to prove anything to anybody? What's wrong with that? How does that determine your work ethic? If you change the question and you ask him, do you think you can be the best quarterback in the NFL? His answer is fucking yes. That's what determines your work ethic, not do you have to prove anything. No.
It's almost like a question to set him up for failure.
It's a trap. Yeah, that was a trap question. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a college kid. He doesn't know how to answer that question properly. He just answers it honestly.
All right.
It's cool, though. Listen, even if Trevor Lawrence is a bust, like, he's still right in what he just said.
It sucks that he had to go through this so early, not even at the draft yet. We got a week until the draft, and he's already had to say something like this of this extent to reassure Jacksonville, because we all know that's where he's going, to that he's the guy, that he has work
He's
ethic.
already donating. He's already been, like, doing charitable stuff with Jacksonville. He's not even drafted there yet. Like, y'all gotta chill out. Y'all gotta relax.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, for people that read that statement from him and automatically assumed that he's just not what you thought he was, like, you gotta remember that people do have lives, and, like, yes, football is 99% of it. Like, he's probably thinking, like, like, I have tape. I have awards. You've seen me do it. Why do I need to prove anything else to you personally that I have what it takes to be a number one quarterback? It's already been said.
It's like LeBron. It's like LeBron James is going to say the exact same answer to that question. He's going to be like, I don't have to prove shit. Like, does that mean that he's not working hard anymore? I don't fucking think so. You know what I'm saying? He's 36 years old and keeps getting better every season. So clearly he's working hard, but he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody.
That's what he meant
in his
from
mind,
that statement. Of course, you go, again, media.
Exactly.
Blows everything out.
The media skews everything, bro. Don't even speak. The requirement to speak to the media sets you up, bro. I swear to God. That's why I love Marshawn Lynch so much. He wasn't going to fall for that crap.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, we'll see. Because speaking of draft, actually, there is I don't know if this is a rumor or just something that's planning on happening pretty soon, because, again, draft is next Thursday. The Carolina Panthers have had conversation with other teams about potentially trading back from the draft from their number 8 pick. Apparently, there's all sorts of ongoing trade conversations between teams. So I don't know what's going on with the Panthers.
Interesting.
Anymore.
I want to know what teams. They
didn't say.
No, I know that's not going to get leaked, but I'm just very curious because I have a strong inclination that the Saints are going to trade up for a corner.
It's about Patriots.
And I'm just curious if they're going to move all the way up to there. That's a little bit high. The Patriots is way more likely. 8's a little bit high for the Saints to move up just to get, because I think J.C. Horn is probably their number 1 on their board. But it's interesting. Another team, by the way, that I read about today that just seems to be potentially throwing smoke screens. Nobody can really tell, but the Dolphins are still taking calls about trading that number 6 pick. They've made so many trades already with that draft pick, and they're still listening. So that's good. The draft is going to be really interesting, man, because these teams want these quarterbacks, man. Teams want these quarterbacks. And so you got to look at it like this. Let's see. We got Lawrence, Fields, Wilson, Mac Jones, and Trey Lance. That's 5, right? There's 5 quarterbacks that people really want right now in the first round. The first 3 picks, let's just say Lawrence, Wilson, Fields. Okay? Now you have Trey Lance and Mac Jones left. Falcons probably not going to pick one of them. Number 5, the Bengals. They're not picking one. Number 6, the Dolphins. They're not picking one. Number 7 is who's number 7? Crap.
7.
Can you look it up real quick?
I can look it up.
I can't remember.
But yeah.
But anyways, so guess what? The Panthers just traded for Sam Darnold. So now they got the number 8 pick. Teams want those quarterbacks still. You still got Mac Jones and you still got Trey Lance on the board. Even if the Falcons take one of them, you still have either Mac Jones or Trey Lance on the board at 8. So the Panthers are in a good spot because they don't think they need the quarterback now. So they can potentially get a package, move down a little bit, either get more picks or maybe even bring a player in for number 8. I'm pretty certain number 7 doesn't need a quarterback, but I can't remember who the hell it is.
There's all kinds of, I'm looking at, there's all different, like people are trading their picks away apparently in all these mocks. Cardinals. Cardinals are number 7. Oh, that's a trade. See, again, there's
Okay,
all these
yes.
different trade. I
I
hate
was
these
about to
mock
say,
drafts
yeah, I
because
don't
it's
know.
like, well, this guy's going straight. No, dude, just keep it straight for right now.
Is there a link that just shows the
All right,
order?
number 7, Lions.
Oh, the Lions. Well, they have golf. Well, no, probably not. They have golf. They're not going to draft a quarterback right now. So yeah, so they'll both be there potentially at 8. So that's what the calls are about. The Patriots are definitely calling. Who else late in the draft you think might need a quarterback potentially? The Saints? I don't think they'd be trading up for a quarterback right now, though. We still got the jury's still out. I don't know. New England is calling everybody though. We know that for sure.
Calling everybody.
New England is calling everybody, especially since Justin Fields has had such a good ass pro days that like Mac Jones might not go to the 49ers now. It might be Fields, and all of a sudden, like, if you're Bill Belichick, you're probably, popping a bone over Mac Jones, to be honest. That seems like such a Bill Belichick ass quarterback.
It's just crazy.
I don't think Bill Belichick really likes the style of Cam Newton. I think he likes Cam Newton, but I think he would prefer his old Tom Brady offense back, to be honest.
He wants like a pocket passer, possibly. I mean, we're going to talk about this more in next week's podcast, but I mean, this is a strong draft.
I just had such a mind-blowing thought. Like, this isn't going to happen now because they traded for Sam Darnold, but could you imagine if the Panthers had traded down from 8 for Cam?
Oh. Yeah.
How sick that would have been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But yeah, it's next week is our mock draft, so we're going to be talking a lot about this stuff next week, but it's exciting. Draft is always exciting.
It's just
because after the draft, like, there's nothing to talk about for like 3 months.
I don't know what we're going to do with our podcast between draft and preseason.
Leave suggestions, please,
because we're getting dry.
We're gonna do like, we have breakout players planned, we have top 10s planned, we have all that kind of stuff. But like eventually, bro, we're gonna be sitting here talking about Simpsons episodes at some point because holy shit.
And next week we're gonna be doing our own mock drafts. So Spencer's gonna do one, I'm gonna do one. I'm ready to compare.
First round only. We're not knowledgeable enough just about college to go all the way through there and research it. But first round mocks, very excited.
Yeah, I mean.
No trades either. We're just going to keep it straight up. Not going to make it too complicated. I'm not going to sit here and be like, will the Panthers trade down with the Patriots? No.
Will the Saints
I'm going to make my choices based on who's picking where. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun episode next week because I mean, like I said, it's a strong class. I mean, you got plenty of QBs, you got lots of good wide receivers, you got Chase, you got Waddle.
The wide receivers are crazy. The wide receivers between last year and this year is outrageous.
Cornerbacks. Guys, it's going to be fun next week. Make sure you come in for next week's podcast for sure. It's going to be fun one.
Absolutely. But, like I said, this is a short one. We don't have too much to talk about. We didn't have a chance to really get together this week and plan some extra topic to talk about. So, but that's cool, though. Easier for me to edit, less time consuming.
Easier for you guys to listen to.
But, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We had a couple of really passionate rants in there. No offense to anybody, bro. We're just here speaking facts.
We're not sitting here calling you a liar. It's just like we have these, passions and
just talking. Yeah, we got feelings too, guys. But that's it for this one, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Just keep supporting the podcast, man. We know it's not going to get the same amount of views as the Madden stuff, but we are just here trying something new and hope you guys enjoy that. Subscribe to both of our channels. I am on the road to 2,000, and we are slowly chugging along. So if you're not subscribed, please do me a favor and do so. And subscribe to Jeff too, man. He's still new to this whole thing. So let's help him get up there.
I think we're pretty close to 250, guys. So 4 more if you want to help me out over here.
250. You guys are subscribing to my man's though, because he's not really been doing anything like right now with Madden. So anytime he gets a new subscriber, it's got to be one of y'all. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Just keep it going. And any final words, my good sir?
No, man. Just excited for next week's podcast as always, and make sure you guys subscribe. I'll just just to reiterate what he's saying right now, just these need a little bit of extra love, just because it's not normally what we would do, especially on his channel. He does a lot of CFM and MUT stuff right now, so these podcasts need a little bit extra love. So if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do that for us. And that's pretty much it for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, we want to move this podcast. It's going to have its own brand, its own channel one day, but like we wanted to make sure that we get some traction first. So y'all just got to keep showing some love. You guys keep showing love. We're going to move this over to its own thing and get this thing popping off. So every single Wednesday, don't miss an episode, turn your notifications on, and enjoy your goddamn week, bitches.
Peace.
Peace out.